West Philippine Sea, 2026. The first light of dawn reveals a vast, restless expanse, an ocean that has always been a lifeline, a battleground, and a mystery for generations of Filipinos. Now, the legendary Japanese patrol vessel Shikishima is gone, and in its absence, Chinese ships dominate the horizon, their silhouettes a constant reminder of shifting power. For years, the Shikishima had been a quiet guardian, its steady patrols a stabilizing force in these contested waters, offering a sense of security to those who ventured out to sea. Its retirement in 2025 marked not just the end of an era but the beginning of a new, more dangerous chapter for the Philippines and its people. The calm and order it once projected have been replaced by a growing sense of uncertainty and aggression, especially for those who depend on the sea for their daily survival. Beijing wasted no time recalibrating its strategy, sending larger, more assertive Chinese Coast Guard vessels into the void left behind, their presence felt in every corner of the disputed waters. Filipino fishermen and Coast Guard crews now find themselves exposed and vulnerable. The invisible shield they once relied on, suddenly gone, replaced by a constant sense of unease. The balance of power has shifted dramatically, and the Philippines faces daunting new challenges, both at sea and at home. This is not just a geopolitical chess game played by distant powers, it's a struggle with real, tangible human and economic costs, felt in every empty fish basket and every anxious glance toward the horizon. The story of the Shikishima's departure is one of loss, adaptation, and defiance. A testament to the resilience of those who refuse to be driven from their own waters. The absence of one ship has changed everything, forcing a nation to confront its greatest test yet, and to find new ways to stand strong in the face of overwhelming odds. The Shikishima's retirement ceremony in Yokohama, July 2025, was quiet but deeply significant. For over 30 years, it was the Japan Coast Guard's flagship, a symbol of stability and maritime law. Its decommissioning left a gap, even as Japan introduced new reshaped-class patrol vessels. The Shikishima's unique legacy and reputation couldn't be replaced overnight. For the Philippines, its patrols near their waters were a powerful reminder that the world was watching. Its final voyage marked the end of an era where Japanese presence underwrote a fragile peace. In the months since, the void left behind has been tangible, on maritime charts and in the minds of those who depended on its deterrence. Without its shadow, other actors felt emboldened. The quiet ceremony in Japan echoed loudly across the West Philippine Sea. To grasp the impact of its retirement, you must understand what made the Shikishima legendary. Launched in 1992, it was the world's largest, most advanced patrol vessel, built for endurance, range, and self-sufficiency. It could circle the globe without refueling, projecting Japan's law enforcement presence deep into the Indo-Pacific. Its strength was not just in firepower, but in symbolism. A white-hulled ship upholding international law, not waging war. For the Philippines, it was a model for what a professional Coast Guard could be. The Shikishima's patrols were masterclasses in restraint and resolve, showing that strength need not mean aggression. Its presence was a steel embodiment of Japan's peaceful, law-abiding identity. Its retirement silenced a powerful voice for a rules-based maritime order. The Philippines lost not just a ship, but a quiet ally. The Shikishima's absence was felt immediately, a slow, ominous shift in the West Philippine Sea. Its patrols had deterred escalation, forcing caution on Chinese vessels. With the umpire gone, the rules began to unravel. China's gray zone tactics, overwhelming presence and persistent pressure became bolder. The Shikishima had complicated China's strategy by being a persistent non-military observer. Now the risks of aggressive behavior against Filipino vessels were lower. The Philippine Coast Guard found itself isolated, facing a more confident and aggressive opponent. The psychological blow was as damaging as the strategic one. Morale dropped, and a sense of abandonment grew. The Shikishima had symbolized international support. Its absence amplified the feeling of being alone. The power vacuum was a gift to Beijing. The tides had shifted, not just in ships, but in hope. A daunting new reality had arrived. With the Shikishima gone, China deployed its Jiaotu-class monster ships, the world's largest Coast Guard cutters. These giants, bigger than U.S. Navy cruisers, are built for intimidation, not subtlety. Their primary weapon is their sheer size, using bulk to block, shoulder, and dominate smaller vessels. High-pressure water cannons can damage ships and injure crews. Encounters at sea became mismatches of brute force, a David and Goliath struggle. The monster ships let China assert control without firing a shot. Fitting perfectly into its gray zone strategy, the Philippines faced an impossible choice: risk escalation or endure humiliation. Filipino crews faced immense psychological pressure, holding their ground against overwhelming odds. The era of the monster ship marked a brutal new phase in the dispute. Might, not law, now ruled these waters. The geopolitical struggle in the West Philippine Sea has a deeply personal side, a human face shaped by the lives of Filipino fishing communities who depend on these waters for survival. For generations, these families have risen before sunrise, casting their nets into the sea, trusting that the ocean would provide for their children and their future. But now, their way of life is under threat. They're chased away by foreign vessels, their nets slashed, their hard-earned catch seized, leaving them with little to bring home. When the Japanese ship was there, the Chinese were quieter, recalls a fisherman, his voice tinged with both nostalgia and worry. Now they act like kings, he adds, describing how the presence of foreign ships has grown more aggressive and intimidating. As fish stocks dwindle and debts mount, families gather around smaller meals, their faces marked by anxiety and uncertainty about tomorrow. The sea, once a source of abundance and hope, has become a place of fear and danger, its waves echoing with the uncertainty of each journey. Philippine Coast Guard crews now embark on life-threatening missions, armed only with courage, as they face water cannons, ramming tactics, and overwhelming odds. The psychological toll is immense. Every trip could end in injury, loss, or even spark an international crisis, weighing heavily on their minds and families. These are not distant or abstract disputes, but daily struggles for survival, dignity, and the right to live in peace in their own waters. The harassment of fishermen is more than an inconvenience. It's an attack on local economies, and every blocked resupply mission is a direct challenge to the nation's sovereignty and pride. The cost is measured not just in lost income, but in sleepless nights, anxious hearts, and the quiet erosion of a nation's spirit and hope. Yet amid adversity, the voices from the sea rise in unity and resilience, a story of courage and hope that the world must hear and remember. The West Philippine Sea crisis is more than maritime skirmishes. It's a direct assault on Philippine sovereignty and economic future. Under international law, the Philippines has rights over these waters, but China's actions steal resources and strangle economic potential. The fishing industry, a cornerstone of food security, is devastated as access to traditional grounds vanishes. Offshore energy projects are stalled, keeping the nation dependent on costly imports. Politically, the government faces a crisis of sovereignty. Unable to protect its people or territory, public trust erodes. China's slow, grinding pressure aims to make Philippine sovereignty a legal fiction. The government must defend its rights without provoking a conflict it cannot win. Every incident is a test of resolve and diplomatic skill. The cost of inaction is high, the cost of miscalculation higher still. The Shikishima's retirement has pushed the Philippines into a perilous corner. Despite the challenge, the Philippines refuses to back down. The post-Shikishima era has sparked modernization. New, larger patrol vessels now bolster the Coast Guard. Assertive transparency as key incidents at sea are documented and publicized, exposing China's aggression to the world. Every act of bullying becomes a public relations loss for Beijing, rallying global support. Alliances are strengthened, joint patrols with the US, new partnerships with Japan and Australia. Japan, once the builder of the Shikishima, is now a vital partner in training and equipping Filipino forces. The nation is united as never before. Naubi, Adanang West Philippine Sea, is a rallying cry. Politicians, civil society, and citizens stand together, demanding a firm stance. This unity gives the government the will and authority to fight for sovereignty. Defending the West Philippine Sea is now a deeply felt national cause. The Shikishima's retirement has become a turning point, forging a stronger, more resilient Philippines determined to chart its own course in turbulent waters. Its absence forced the nation to confront reality, accelerating the drive for self-reliance and inspiring deeper, more meaningful alliances with regional and global partners. The void left behind became a crucible for forging a new national identity, one that understands sovereignty is not a given, but something that must be defended every single day, through vigilance and unity. Modernization and international support are now urgent priorities, fueling rapid upgrades in technology, training, and strategic partnerships to secure the nation's maritime future. Assertive transparency keeps the world's eyes on the front lines, ensuring that every action and challenge is witnessed and understood by the global community. The Philippines stands up, and its allies must stand with it, forging a united front against intimidation and unlawful encroachment. The West Philippine Sea is a test case for the entire Indo-Pacific, demonstrating how gray zone tactics can be resisted through resolve, cooperation, and innovation. The Filipino response is a blueprint for other nations, showing that smart strategies, strong alliances, and unwavering unity can level the playing field, even against larger adversaries. The story that began with the Shikishima's retirement is ultimately one of hope, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of a nation rising to meet its destiny. The goal is not conflict, but a lasting peace based on law, mutual respect, and the shared belief that stability is built on justice, not might. The legacy of the Shikishima is clear: a Philippines more capable, unified, and resolved than ever before, ready to defend its future and inspire others to do the same.